Dystopia tonight. Dystopia tonight.
Oh man, thanks for that intro, guys. That was fantastic. I like the Twitch pioneer part.
Yeah,
we can definitely do a deep dive in that, man. It was a different place.
When you said you had a backpack with an antenna, I just imagined you as Woody Harrelson's character in 2012. He's like on the mountain.
It pretty much was that. I mean, it was so not about the stream. It was about the Wi-Fi. That was pretty much what Twitch was for me. It was just trying to find service. And then found the service. It was trying to get on and talk to people as soon as possible, which usually we got like 30 minutes or so until it wonked out again. It's nice to be in front of a computer plugged into a
Ethernet cable. Yeah, it's a game changer for real.
So when you were on there, were you trying to do like a talk show thing, like a podcast thing, or were you just fucking around with your friends?
Dude, we got thrown into it. So I'll tell you the backstory really quick. So we met this dude. His name's DP. He's fucking hilarious, and he had a show called the Sour Kool-Aid Show. It's on Twitch. He'd bring comics on. He had a green screen to make it look like a comedy club, and then you do that in front of people. And I was like, man, this is cool, man. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I want to do this. So he's like, yo, you guys want to get into this? Like, I can tell you the ropes. And fast forward a few months, we had the backpack with the antenna, and we're like, all right, we're gonna try to do something a little different than just video games. We're gonna try to do the whole stand-up thing.
Yeah.
Bring the phone on stage with us, and then see if we bomb or not. And they get that POV view. And it was cool until, like I said, the service and the technology, it just wasn't there, man. It felt like podcasting in 2008 or some shit. But another swing now.
What I was saying earlier was like, I would try to do that with Periscope and shit like that. But sometimes you're in those clubs and they're in the fucking deep basement at the time. So I did a club in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's called. Do you remember City Steam?
Dude, I just know Connecticut, man. Connecticut. I've had some rough gigs in Connecticut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other people have talked about that too. I don't know what it is about that state, but it's bomb central for me.
Yeah, I know exactly, dude. It was like hit and miss, and it didn't matter whether the audience was packed or not. Like that club could have been filled to the brim, but filled to the brim with fucking assholes. Who we had one show. It was me and do you know John Fish?
John Fish, the name sounds familiar. Is he from here or is East Coast?
He's from New York. He's a New York comic, one of the seller guys. So he and I are on the road. We're doing a show together. We're at City Steam or whatever. First of all, we're not even sure we're getting paid. But so we knew we were getting paid, but when like comics know that something's wrong with the money for some reason. So immediately we get there and we're just like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Are you getting what we used to get? Because now we're just angry and we're talking to each other. And then because we had heard that they weren't booking seats or whatever. Then we get down there and it's fucking wall to wall with people in there. So we're like, are we going to mutiny? Let's fucking mutiny. So, but we of course we don't, because every time, comics always see the exit sign, but they're like, let's just fucking do the gig anyway. Oh, yeah. So we go and do the thing or whatever. But this show was this is one of the last times I was there before the club kind of went under. But we didn't know what was going on. Nobody was managing the room. The guy that we knew that was the manager fucking disappeared. And we would be like, hey, where's Tom? And they'd be like, we're like, did somebody kill him? Did he steal money? I don't know what's going on. So then the whole room, the MC that was going on fucking could not control the room. People were getting up, walking around, fucking talking, coming up on the stage, taking a selfie with him. And we're like, this is fucking brutal. And then, so then I don't know, halfway through my set or whatever, John's in the back of the room and he goes, would you shut the to the crowd? He's like, would you just shut the fuck up? And then they're like, now the headliner's getting in on it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, dude. This is fucking weird as shit. This is years ago I was opening for him.
I love when, comics attack or feel obligated to attack.
Yeah.
The job was to go up and have fun and make people laugh. And then something went wrong and now they're diving into the stage.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. It's a full body dive.
How did this happen?
Yeah.
Hey man, dude, have you done any corporate gigs yet? Because I haven't. I'm still very young in that game, but hearing him from my dad, that those are the real nightmare gigs.
I've done the corporate gigs, man. I'm sure your dad's done oh my god, I can't even imagine what it was like when he was doing that kind of shit. And if he still does them now, right?
Still does them now. I mean, dude. Here's the thing with the corporate gigs is especially this year, if you're able to, if you have a name and if you have a computer, they're doing the corporate gigs Zoom now.
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of the Zoom corporate gigs, which is, I mean, that's Zoom in general. That's just like,
it's wild though, just because you're literally getting corporate money in your bedroom.
I know that is
close the laptop and leave. I mean, crazy.
Yeah, that is kind of a steal. It does feel like somewhat illegal. Like, is this allowed? Does he? I mean, not to, but do you ever talk to him about like, was it because everybody knows who he is now? Do the corporate gigs get any better when you've got self-recognition, or is it still they still blow?
I think here's the thing that I've learned from them is if they're easy in the sense that they want to hear your catchphrases, they want to hear classics, they want to hear the Wayne's World, they want the Garth, they want all that shit.
Right. Chopping broccoli.
They want the chopping broccoli.
Yeah.
And all that stuff can go great over Zoom. He could just pull out the guitar and literally play chopping broccoli 15 minutes, say goodbye, and then the PayPal link and it's over. But
right.
Here's my Venmo.
Or Venmo. I'm banned from Venmo, which really sucks.
No,
I've been banned for years, man. I've been in I'm switching topics. I'll get into it in a sec, but
we'll go back.
Gigs is just what I've noticed is the rooms. The rooms they set up the rooms for comedy. I heard one from my dad. I think it was my dad. It's like they decided to put the buffet right in front of the stage, so people were just going up and helping themselves for thirds or fourths, and they'd walk back. It's like, why would you not just put it in the back? Another one. It's always has to do with food for some reason. There was another gig that's talking about almost faced away from the stage.
Yeah,
in there, just kind of look over their shoulder and get
right.
There's a church lady guy. All right, go back. So I don't know. I mean, I guess in that way, it's so bad that can you even get upset? I guess you just gotta have fun. When the room is just set up that way, like you can't really win.
If it's set up that way, and usually the money's so good that you're just like, it doesn't even matter. Like I've done ones where I'm like, the first one that I ever did, I didn't quite grasp the concept. It was like even though the room was set up poorly and everything that was going on, like they had it where I did one where they had drinks in coolers just spread out, so people didn't even know like what drink they wanted or where it was. So they would just get up and start talking to each other. Like, do I get the drink over there? Or do you get that cooler? What do you got here? And I was just like, fuck it. But I thought the whole thing went terribly, and I was like, I wasn't gonna get. No, they just fucking hand you your shit. They're glad you're there. You do your time, and then you go home and try not to veer into oncoming traffic. That was the whole,
Do you do a beer before the show, or do you go in completely sober?
No, I go in completely sober.
As well.
Yeah, I've done the drinking beforehand only a few times, and it does not go well.
I know it can feel really good in the moment. You're like, oh, I'm really connecting, and then you hear you record, and you're like, oh man, that was a little.
So I think one of my buddies is watching, but he was dabbling in stand-up for a while. Employees don't give a shit. Exactly. He was dabbling it for a while, and I did a corporate benefit thing for, I don't even remember what it was, right? But it was these people who hadn't like been to, it was from baseball thing or whatever, but they hadn't been together in a long time. I swear to God, it was like a high school reunion. So they came, they had all gotten together, and then downstairs was this huge banquet hall, and they were plastered. One guy fell down the fucking like it just started, and they're like, it's fine. It's just Phil, So I was like, and I really thought this was going to be a horrible time, because I also had to auction off like stuff at the end. Like I had to do my set. I had to close the show. I had some friends go on before me, because when you do those gigs, you just bring your friends who are comedy, and you're like, fuck it, like we're all gonna get money. Let's get the hell out of it. But I had to auction off this shit at the end. I got so drunk, I started to give away prizes to tables that didn't win them, like expensive shit. Like I was just like, I like your face. I'm gonna give you this signed autographed jersey from, and the guy was like, no, and I was like, shut up.
Oh, that seems like a blast, though. I'm sure I get it, but like
I had fun.
Drunk and auctioning things. Oh man, that's something I want to experience.
I had fun. I had a blast, but everybody else is like, he's a little.
How's the alcohol though going for this year though? Just for the whole quarantine thing, I will say first of all, I gained 30 pounds, guys, but I lost it with the help of Weight Watchers.
Oh shit! What? Really?
Dude, yeah, I feel like I could almost do a Weight Watchers podcast, man. That shit opened up my mind, dude. All these people, man. I get it, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Let me fill you in some shit. Whoever's talking, like, because this shit blew my mind. Help me lose weight. So, like, this is how it works. You get 30 points, right, a day.
Right.
You got to use those 30 points properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here's some things that I discovered. So, a Frappuccino. All your friends going and getting Starbucks Frappuccinos in the morning. Dude, that's fucking 20 points.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's 2/3 of your day already done at 6:30 in the morning. So, I mean, little things like that woke me the fuck up. But you could have a bowl of rice and 4 eggs and you have like 4 or 5 points. You're good. Big old meal.
Yeah.
But my main thing was just, dude, I don't know, man. I was getting too cozy with the beer during quarantine. It was just the beer. Once I cut that out, primarily, I think I went back to baseline 145, feeling pretty
Just peeled
good.
that off you. That's good.
Yeah.
Man.
But I don't know, man. I also you know, I was living with a really fat guy at the time. Which I've noticed. I don't know if you did this before, but like we had like, you know, it's like me and my brother and one other dude. We're all pretty skinny, and then he was like pretty fat. And then 4 months gone by, and then we were all fat. So it does kind of just spread. It spreads through the house, man. So just you know, that was something.
Yeah, for sure. If you're willing, if you're the guy that's gonna order Chinese and pizza every day, all day, that's your roommates are gonna pick up on that.
And I'm gonna dive right in because it's fun. You know, I'm gonna get. It's hard for me to say no to good food. And I think part of this too is just getting a little bit older. I'm 29 now. Metabolism is slower. I don't know if you remember this in your early 20s. You could just drink whatever the hell you want.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
And you feel fantastic the next day. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, then it starts catching up to you, man. I'm telling you, I feel the same way, 100%. And then it's funny because like but pre-COVID life, I was like all about corporate events. Like that's all we ever did. Like we did all these monster. But you're so right, man. Like they don't care. Like corporate doesn't. And I'm a perfectionist, so I see like the minutia of things that go wrong.
Me too, bro. I can't help it. I mean, I was the guy when John was talking about the bucket guy. I'm like, so who is the bucket guy? Like what?
Right?
Because there's a guy, and he just said we're gonna put the drinks in buckets, and thought it was a good idea. Same with the buffet guy. Who are these people? They need a book or a podcast.
Right?
Of these rooms.
Yeah,
so,
and then
the complete opposite was the Ice House, man. I checked out the Ice House, I'm sure, but like that room is almost too good. I think it's almost unfair.
Which is the antithesis of Connecticut.
Completely, man. Dude, I don't know what, man. I have family in Connecticut. I thought it was going to be a warm welcoming, but it was one of those experiences where you get on stage and they're shaking their head already, just like, you know, their internal dialogue is just like anyone but you. Anyone. I mean, all right. I've been that guy before too. I was just wondering, like, why was I that guy that night? I don't know. Like, the only thing I can know is that I was in Connecticut, but I was good. I was happy to be back. Are you located on the East Coast yourself? Or you?
Yeah, I'm New York too.
Oh yeah, you and John are in New York. Right on. Right.
Yeah, he's New Jersey, so he's right by us. And then big. I don't know if do you know Big Gay Nick? He was the booker at Standup New York. He was the manager.
I need to get out to New York more, man. That's somewhere that honestly I haven't gotten to visit too much, especially for stand-up. I got some time in Connecticut, but New York itself, man, I haven't done any stand-up there yet, man. Maybe that'll be something to do this year.
Yeah, man, this is a good coast to come to.
You know, I'm just trying to make I don't know, man. Just being 29, hitting 30 soon. It's kind of like trying to like reorganize goals. I think one of them would be able to get out to New York would be really dope. Another one too is this motherfucking thing, which is an e-cig. I'm trying to quit the vape. I hate it. I don't hate it because of what it does, because I used to be a cigarette smoker for a lot of years. So this was the smoking cessation device. This was a medical device for smoking. And then the Gen Z kids adopted it and made it cool. So now it's not as bad for me, but I get bullied by society. Like you're seen as a dork if you vape, especially when you're older. So
and it's so crazy how much that's changed, right? Like cigarettes went from being the thing to do to being like ostracized from society, and then vape got really hot, and now it's like it's weaning itself off too.
Different reasons, but I get it, man. I mean, back in the day, at least they've gotten smaller. I had one in 2012. It looked like you're carrying a detonator. You know, the ones that were like this freaking
absolutely,
with like 5 pounds. So I don't know, man. I'm trying to quit by 30, be off the nicotine. It's kind of my last little crutch, I guess you would say. You know what I mean? But it does feel good. I don't know if you ever were a cigarette smoker, but like getting off stage or anything, you have your little cigarette and you just think about like whatever for 5
I've never been into cigarettes. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like medicinal marijuana would be fine, but I feel like cigarettes.
Dude, well, I'm a big old weed smoker. I'll say that. My tolerance has gotten scary, I would say, just from COVID. Even though I kind of like it, though, I prefer to be able to smoke pot and function. And if I lower my tolerance, then I turn into a 14-year-old, and then I can only do it at nighttime.
See, now that's how I am. I'm usually like I'm a one hitter at night, and then I'm good. Like it'll put me out. I was never like a fully functional smoker, right?
I never was. But this year something happened. I guess just from lots and lots and lots of it. It just those receptors, you know, kind of get get burnt out. I guess I'm just burnt essentially, but I feel
but you're feeling better. It's anti-inflammatory. It's all the medicinals.
yeah.
It's the CBD.
Oh, dude, I mean, I was contributing. I mean, I'm such an idiot. I was thinking like, oh, this is why I feel so good this year. You know, I haven't gotten COVID yet. You know, maybe it's the weed, you know, probably not. I will say though, I did get it. I got the COVID in September.
Did you?
I lost my sense of smell, and weed was actually the reason why I discovered that I had it, because I bought a really expensive eighth. I was excited for it. You know, I looked it up on Weed Maps, grabbed it, smelled it. There was no smell. So I was really upset. I was like, oh, they fucked me. They gave me this Bammer boo-boo shit. And it was $50. I gave it to my girlfriend. She's like, oh, it smells like skunk. And I was like, oh, no, this is terrible. This is not normal. I remember I ran into the room and I was like, I heard her bedroom. And I got some cologne or perfume. I sprayed it on my hands. Like, all get little like stings of alcohol. So I was like, oh no, it's over. It's crazy how fast it went. I was smelling 5 minutes before and then just nothing.
Wow.
And then it went for about 3 weeks, but that was my only symptom for some reason.
Super lucky, knock on wood, right?
Yeah, knock on wood, dude, for real. But then I think about people that I know. I know 2 people personally that have never been able to smell their whole life.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's actually fairly common. Yeah, my uncle's ex-wife, what's her face? Can't remember her name, but she couldn't smell her whole life, and you know, the other dude couldn't smell his whole life either. I'm not gonna lie, both of them were kind of moody people, you know. And now I kind of understand, because my mood was kind of little upset.
Absolutely, I feel like it's got to affect everything. Your sense of taste, your sense, like everything, like all of that.
The smell is so important for the taste. I'll say, you know, just segueing really quick, just because on the topic. So of e-cigs and everything. So my little brother, he's like, yo, we're going to get you off these vapes. All right. We're going to make our own e-cig juice and we're going to put our own amount of nicotine in it. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So we'll just lower it down. Yeah. He's like, I got to get all these artificial flavors though. We're going to make our own juices. You know, I'm like, that's great, man. That sounds fantastic. So he went online. He's going through all these different strawberries. We got like a sweet strawberry, a ripe strawberry, you know, cool mountain blast strawberry, all like the shit you'd see in sodas and stuff.
Yeah.
We got them all. And I was really excited. So I grabbed one and I smelled it like right away. A strawberry. I'm like, oh, it's cool. So I smelled it really hard. And right when I smelled it, dude, instantly loud ringing in my ears. And I went blind for a second. Like, and I think what happened was the strawberry receptor in my brain got just completely shot for a second. It was just way too much strawberry. And it did something to my nervous system. I was scared as hell though. I had my brother look up online. I'm like, there's no warning label if you smell an artificial flavor like that close up, but it gave me a jolt, man. Yeah,
that sounds super crazy.
I do like that I left at a Weight Watchers plug and came back into something happened with stravberry in my brain. I like that. That's how it came back to there. We're having some kind of fucking storm over here, and literally when the wind blows, my fucking internet connection goes out. Apparently.
Oh, dude. So relatable, man. That was Twitch 5 times a day.
I love that. You're like, no, that's exactly what would happen to us all the time. He's like, I got this. I know what happened.
God, man. I'm glad you guys at least just have like patient, hopefully fans or followers, you know.
Yeah, everybody's chiming in like crazy.
It's really hard. Like it seems dumb, but it's like I felt like I checked everything 500 times, press play, everything is fucked.
Right. So where are we though? So something happened with the strawberry? I'm so lost. I have no internet.
Vaping by 30.
Okay.
Some artificial flavors because like, hey, we're gonna make our own e-cig juice and we're gonna taper you off because we can put less nicotine. And then I got an artificial flavor attack, which is essentially you get an artificial flavor, which I didn't know. And if you inhale too much of it, I smelled it because I was curious. It did large ringing in my ears and then instant blindness for about 3 seconds.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'd freak out.
Wow.
Crazy.
You're like, and now I have this new podcast studio from the vaping company. Forget dad. I don't need dad to do this.
Brought to you by Grape Ape Vape Juice.
Grape Ape? What a throwback. A Hanna-Barbera vape.
Well, yeah, you know what's upsetting though is they're taking away the vapes, man, because maybe it's the right thing. They say the flavors target children, and maybe it is the case. You know, they are exciting. You know, I have one that's called like Crunch Berry, like watermelons surprise or some shit. You know, I get it, people get excited, but also I don't want to vape mint and tobacco only because those flavors suck.
Yes, strawberry sweet and
I'd rather have a nice strawberry, but you know what?
Yeah.
I want to be done by 30. I was talking to your buddy about it. Vaping is, I guess, healthier, but it just looks lame as an adult.
Oh yeah, it looks fine. Like you're just sucking on a kazoo. Like you're using the instrument wrong. Like if you blow into it, a noise comes out. Like, oh, I didn't know that.
So we'll see, man. But I'll be a little more careful with the artificial flavors, and I'll drop it down to a suitable level. Birthday is in June. I have a few months.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
We'll move on from there. But
when are you're gonna be what? You're gonna be 28, right? Am I wrong?
No, I'm gonna be 30, bro.
30? Get the fuck out. Okay, all right.
Man, that was the big push for the vape. I can't be a 30-year-old vapor. That's just not. Can you imagine all that as a kid? You're gonna be vaping.
Oh no,
it's just like,
dude, half of the shit we're gonna be doing, or we're gonna look like we're doing, we're gonna be on our deathbed Snapchatting or whatever it is, our friends like LOL about to die, YOLO. Like beep, beep.
Dude, wait. So are you guys what are you thinking about? Like, are you guys seeing, like, are you guys about the VR stuff or the AR stuff? Because that was pretty big when I was on Twitch, and then I feel like it just didn't really get
hasn't taken yet.
Level. Yeah.
Right. I'm all about the ASMR. We're gonna do audio comedy. It's just punchlines, but really soft ones with like a good tone.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Just have it this replay for 8 hours, man. You would make money. I have a friend that's doing for fun those kind of ASMR creepy storytelling things on YouTube. Dude, they make you get views, bro.
That's
just
awesome.
Music and talk about the Zodiac killer with a creepy voice.
Oh, dude, no, but I'm obsessed. I feel like murder porn has gone up since the pandemic started.
Oh,
like I watched so many things on people dying and how to do it, and like like I'm a pro now.
Dude, I gotta say, man. I mean, maybe this is a good thing, but just our generation, millennials or whatever.
Yeah,
I've seen so much disturbing stuff on the internet from such a young age. I mean, like, really young, because the kid that like the weird, sketchy kid in school that had all the weird, the Pain Olympics, or I can't even remember all of them, but just like faces, just like truly psychopathic shit. But we're all doing pretty well. None of us are in jail. None of us are like having like on a bunch. Maybe it's just the human psyche. Is this just the new Roman Colosseum for us? I don't know.
Or they're smart enough to avoid it. Like they've learned from these documentaries that they're like, obviously I don't leave my fingerprints.
I like the idea that we're smart enough to avoid it. Like we are truly terrible people, but we know like I want to murder. I've seen too many shows. I know what the deal is there.
You guys watch the what's the new one?
The hotel one?
The hotel one. What was that about? I was going to bring up the Richard Ramirez one. That one.
Oh, that one was good. No, I saw that one. That one was phenomenal too. They're also good. They're kind of blur together for me. Have they done that yet for you?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they definitely.
But here's the thing. I mentioned the hotel one because the Richard Ramirez one, he was in the hotel too. There's a connection with that.
Wait, the exact same hotel?
Swear to God, man. Yeah, the exact. So what's the fucking one on Netflix now? The something hotel.
Oh, wait, is it the one with the girl that died in the top of
exactly. In the water thing.
Damn.
Yeah. So Richard Ramirez he stayed in that hotel, and people were like, I remember seeing that guy walking down the hallway covered in blood, and it's like, you didn't think to fucking call anybody? And they're like, what happens in this hotel? It's just
a nightmare hotel.
Yeah.
Was it a nightmare when this girl went to stay there? Was she unaware?
She was in a.
Okay.
It was still a nightmare. She was unaware. I think it was being like, it had a history, but I think when she stayed there, it was still being like built up. But it was like an internet thing. Like she was always online and stuff, and she knew about it. So I think it was like taboo to stay there and kind of cool. Okay. Like it wasn't exactly like a weird New Jersey thing, but it was close. I just clicked now and I have traumas. Yeah. The Cecil Hotel. That's right. The Cecil one. Yeah. The Cecil Hotel, man. Yeah. Mexican baths. Yeah. Yeah.
Have serial killers today, like in the same sense, what I mean? Ramirez, I don't know if it's possible, man.
I don't know. I think we have more missing people than we do serial killers. We're like somebody's going from town to, I know what you mean, like the town to town dude where they can't find him, and I don't know. We're gonna say that, and there's gonna be a sweep of them now.
There was one that I remember hearing about that was pretty spooky. It had old school serial killer vibes with a millennial twist, where he was using this weird treasure hunting app that kids use to like find. It's kind of like a ghost style thing. You hear about this? It was up in Seattle.
I did. I think I watched this one too. It was like geotag or something similar.
Geotag, and then they had some. It's like out of a movie. You had like some like Stranger Things like group of kids find like a body in a briefcase by following the treasure hunting app. Dude,
Yeah, man, that was
that's
fucking nuts.
Old school vibes there.
Yeah, I like that we're like respect. I get what you're doing, but I like that you're still
played.
murdering, but you gave it
Yeah.
a twist for the rest of us.
There's
That-
style.
Our generation is the only one who would demand serial killers up their game a little bit. Like, listen, we don't have a lot to watch. Like, if you want our attention, could you use an app or something?
Yeah, we need a hashtag. We need filters.
Yeah,
How many
exactly.
followers do you have?
Yeah, could you put a chroma filter on this one because the blood's a little low? Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet. Do you go ahead?
Yeah, sorry, you go first. I'm on a.
No, dude, this is great. I don't mind. It's. I feel like
I just have a lot of questions. I feel like I haven't talked to a lot of people, and it feels good to be on this in a group
No.
chat.
That's why I started this, man. I feel the same way. It's just nice to talk to other comics and other people too. No, but what were you gonna say? What do you got?
I was just curious, just because my brother got into this whole thing was the Wall Street bets, GameStop phenomenon.
I fucked up and missed that completely.
Yes.
Did you guys get in on it?
Oh, dude. Well, I kind of did. So I'll tell you our story. So my brother's one to discover. He said, yo, we're going to fuck up the hedge funds. I'm like, dude, all right, let's do this, man. This is cool. Let's be part of history. And he's like, we got to get on GameStop. I'm like, all right, cool. So we bought it, and it was like $100 a share, right? It was kind of a lot, but we kind of YOLO'd out. You know, it was like, all right, let's just put some money into this. And then the next day, it literally tanked. It dropped to like $40, and I like shit myself. I'm like, this is dumb. We were dumb. We were we missed it. We missed the boat. You know,
Right.
We saw the meme. We missed the boat. So I pulled out. My brother's like, dude, I'm gonna hold. He's calling me a paper-handed bitch. He's using all like the fucking slogans from the Reddit things. Like, I'm got diamond hands, baby. I was like, all right, man. I'm out. I got paper hands. You're totally right. I can't lose all my money.
Right.
He holds on. And it keeps kind of going down, and I kind of get cocky. I'm like, older brother has, the mature decision.
Right.
Got out. He took the L. And then, I mean, I don't know where it's at now, but within 4 days, it went up to $300.
Yeah.
So he just tripled his investment, and he's still holding on to it. I don't really know what his game plan is, but it's still sitting around like $200. So, I mean, like, just he's become massively more successful than me overnight. Like,
I missed that.
Changed so fast. The stock market is fascinating.
It is.
I missed that whole thing. I'm always the last. I'm the last person on a social media app that's taken off. I'm on Clubhouse, man. I got an early invite to Clubhouse. No fucking idea what I'm supposed to do with it. I hate that I'm even on there, but apparently they're like, you got to come on the comedy shows. And I'm like, I just got on fucking Twitch where we're face to face with somebody. Now you want me to go back to audio where we're just fucking like it's insane. Like, I don't understand, dude.
Platforms, man.
It is. It's the platform shit. But like, so I just read this article about what it's like what millennials are doing with their stimulus checks, and they're investing in stocks, Bitcoin, Ethereum, like all that. Do you have any of that? Did you do any of the Bitcoin?
Dude,
crap?
I have the Bitcoin. I think I feel like I'm a little late. You know,
I got it. Yeah,
it isn't 60 grand, but I hear rumors it's going to go to $1 million. So I just don't want to be left behind. So I'm just trying to put a little bit of money in a couple of these
man.
videos, man.
It's only gonna. I mean, it really has gone up since they've said. I got into it early.
Really?
So yeah.
What
And
year do you mind me asking?
no, it's Ethereum is really good. That's the one that I get. That's the one that started to go up too.
I think Ethereum's I don't know. It's doing great, but I mean, there's so many now, man. That like I'm sure you've seen some of these like Bat and Doggy Dogecoin.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, I don't know what that is though either. Though I don't know what Dogecoin is.
There's just so many that are around like $1, and I'm just wondering, are these the new Ethereum, or are we kind of already missed the boat? I don't know.
I just know that every time Elon Musk's like pees and writes Bitcoin in the snow, it fucking skyrockets.
How is that even legal? You know what I mean? I guess the world's. I mean, I guess it is legal because he's not doing anything wrong. But like Elon Musk has so much influence. He can just put in $1 million into GameStop and go GameStop rules, and I mean make $1 million and pull out. I mean,
exactly. Which is what he seems to fucking do every time. Like every time he mentioned it, I think he actually tweeted something like a few weeks ago where it was like, Bitcoin's price is too high, and it dropped. And I was like, this mother fucking.
Yeah, he just wanted to drop it a little bit so he can get in and then just raise it back up. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, somebody said he keeps getting SEC violations. So I mean, I guess he's got. That's another thing though. That guy's got so much fucking money, he doesn't care about any of that shit.
He's the Bond villain. That's extreme, but I like it.
Man, these guys are going to space. You know, they're trying to make moon bases, and they're in crypto. Like, I don't know what's going on here, man.
They're in moon bases, but he's gonna have slaves and like my buddy's like always like he's gonna have what did he say? He'll type it in a second, but he's like, yeah, anybody that goes to Mars on Elon Musk's dime is gonna be his indentured fucking.
Oh, you're never
servant.
coming back. Yeah,
yeah.
There'll be like a weird copy of you that comes back. That's kind of like dumbed down and works on the Tesla factory floor. And then you're on Mars, it's like digging dirt and trying to find, I don't know, some weird ore. Sound good.
I'm just gonna say I'm for anything that's a little bit. I want something to crawl out of the sea and start knocking down. But like I'm hoping every day it's something just stranger than us killing each other. That's the only thing I want.
Aliens. Yeah, we need aliens to come. It's the weirdest year ever. I mean, I was even thinking this was just a stony thought that I had with my brother. What if cryptocurrency was brought to us by aliens?
That'd be fucking dude. There's so many theories out there because the guy who invented it like disappeared, didn't he? Or he's like no one knows who he is. Or
yeah, he's got I can't remember his name. It's like Satoshi or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's Japanese.
Yeah,
could be Russian. It's crazy, man.
I love literally just one of those 8-bit Mario characters. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was gonna say I love the name for a podcast, Stony Thoughts, and then we just go through everything. We have to smoke, and then we talk about whatever we come up with.
That's not bad.
I can do that all day. That's fantastic.
He's never leaving his dad's studio. He's like,
here,
my studio now. This is what I do now. That's fucking.
Dude, I gotta say, man, are you guys? The color scheme in here is a little strange with the orange and blue.
What is going on there?
I don't know. He wanted it was my dad's studio, so I'll do whatever he want. But he chose specifically, he's like, I want orange and baby blue and black and white checkered carpet, which I had to replace because it was actually getting it like hurt my eyes a little bit. But it was so trippy. You know what it reminded me of? And I don't know if he did this on purpose. I'm like, is this the room from 2001 Space Odyssey? What, like the last room that the aliens created? Are you trying to do this? Because I don't know. I have to ask him. I just kind of bring up with you guys, but I'll
you gotta let us know if that's what it was, because I feel like that must have been. What if he was doing it like subconsciously? He didn't even realize it.
It could have been a subconscious thought. I'm not too sure, but it has grown on me. It feels like I'm in a
walks into the studio with a femur bone. You're like, the fuck's going on, Dad?
Dude, what was up with that monolith that thing going around? Was that just a promo for a movie or something? Remember that monolith going in like
no idea. That fucking they started taking them down, or they said they started disappearing, and then we never heard about it again. Same way we never heard about like the Pentagon dropped that fucking bomb, not to be whatever, but they were just like, yeah, by the way, we have an alien vehicle. Anyway, have you seen what
dude, I mean, that's what really like is fascinating. I mean, not to go too down the rabbit hole, but just I love technology. I mean, I mean, we had GPS. GPS was in the like I think this is documented now, and it's like it's public information. Like GPS was used by the military in like the late 70s, right? Like and when it was introduced to us, I think to the public, like early 2000s or something.
Yes.
I can't even I just can't imagine even just in that just GPS. So I assume now they have satellites that literally can zoom in essentially to window, right? I mean, if that was 70.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
There was a dude that was talking about this recently where he was like, he said, I don't remember what the percentage was exactly, but he was like, he was talking about UFO stuff basically, because this is still going. I mean, obviously there's still going around. There's those pilots that saw that shit. They finally had to release statements. They were like, yeah, we can't account for or explain yada, yada, yada. But he was like, there's a percentage of it that is absolutely military based, and we cannot talk about it. Like that was just like whatever. So it's like, I'm not surprised if they've got some shit that they're working on that we're not allowed to see or know about,
Did you hear about the Israeli guy who's, it might have just, I don't know if he just wrote a book or some shit. It was just a publicity stunt, but he said like, he's some big guy up in the military there. And he's like, there is a space federation that knows about us, and Trump knows about it, and they're waiting for us for some reason. And I'm like, if that's the case, I really hope so. I want that life, man. I will be an ensign for the rest of my life.
Yeah, man. I would do the same shit. I completely agree with you. I'm ready to go to space. I'm so tired of all this other crap. That'd be so cool. But I feel like if Trump knew about any of that stuff, he would have said something.
He would have blabbed
in a way that he wouldn't have said it.
Dumb with the Israeli guy. I'm like, don't say Trump knows about it. Say someone else. It's like a little more like secretive. You know what I mean?
Elon Musk. Musk knows about it.
Oh, then I would be so. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If Trump knew about it, I feel like he would have
QAnon,
used it to try to get. That's QAnon.
Federation
Q
of-
knows about it.
Dude, the whole QAnon thing to me is so funny. Just, I mean, not it turned out crazy, but just being a millennial that's in my 20s, just all this shit like E-Bombs World, Newgrounds, like I grew up on all this shit and it was bullshit from a young age.
Yeah.
And seeing these boomers that still call YouTubes, like
I know.
but they're doing these rabbit holes. It's like, dude, what? You guys weren't built for this. Get off the internet.
Yeah, exactly. I got a cousin in San Clemente, and he, I don't know why I'm just blurting it out there, but fuck him, I guess. I don't know. But he is full on fucking QAnon, dude. Like, I feel so, like, his wife is, like, talking to me about it. She's like, you've got to say something. What the fuck do you want me to say? I'm like, do you understand? I have nothing I can say to, like, I love him to death, too, and he's a good dude, but he
got your program.
Yeah, he went from like jokingly watching, because I love Ancient Aliens because I think it's fucking hysterical. Like,
I love conspiracies. They're
me
fun.
too. They're fun. They're fucking hilarious. They're hilarious. But he went from like watching that to us joking about that to, I guess maybe he just had too much alone time with it, and it went from that to QAnon, and that was it.
God, it's crazy because it's just so obvious to me that the QAnon dude, I mean, it's probably just some 14-year-old kid, right? I mean, I just seem so trolly.
People over 35 don't understand it was a LARP.
I just feel like it's just so, God. I mean, I still don't know it, man. I wasn't, 4chan always kind of scared me as a site.
It is. It's yeah.
It seems like, it's the place where if you say the wrong thing, you have the wrath of just, even talking about 4chan on here, hey, listen.
Yeah,
man,
no, I know what you mean.
4chan's great.
Like it's kind of it's kind of the way I feel about Reddit a little bit too, where like if you get on the wrong Reddit thread or the wrong Reddit channel, or sometimes some of my, like, I'll have like memes or stuff like posted on Reddit or whatever, and I'm always like hesitant if they go around or whatever, where I'm like, oh, it's gonna get into the wrong hands or the wrong fucking somebody and
get swatted or something. I mean, that was Twitch. Twitch was scary back then too for that reason.
Yeah,
because
a
lot of people that just wanted to just see drama, but just in that case, like, calling the cops on some dude.
Have you ever been doxxed?
Oh man, no, but almost a couple times. I think mostly just from just being like an idiot online and just started just blabbing your mouth. That's another thing that's dangerous with Twitch, because you're on for like 8 hours. So you'll just start talking shit, and then all of a sudden, like, you'll just say where you live or something.
Dude, I never even said I got it where I'm pretty, I run my mouth all the time when I'm on the, Tom's like, I know, I'm on like, and all this stuff is going on, like the BLM stuff and everything like that. Like, I'm in full support, and like, but like, I'm always after these fucking morons that are online all the time or whatever. And I would just, I would post whatever I had to post about. I think it was the kid, I can't think of his fucking name now. Probably the best. The one that shot up, the one that went to the BLM rally from like another state.
Oh yeah, that crazy kid. I can't remember.
Yeah, that fucking lunatic. So I posted something about it or whatever on my Instagram. Literally, I mean, blew up more than anything else did. Like 160,000 likes, shares, the whole thing. But I started getting death. Like, people were in my DMs. Like one of them had said that they had sent my information and like what I had written, all the other stuff, to his lawyers, and I was going to be part of a lawsuit, which I was like, yes, this is how they tell you, by the way, through Instagram. I was like, okay, buddy. And they all want you to respond and engage too, which is like, I physically have to like restrain myself. Like, I'm like a werewolf at the end of the night where I'm like, chain me to this fucking wall away from the internet so I do not.
Oh, dude, I get it, man. And it's just it's become a wild world. I will say this, man, the busier that I've gotten recently, just with the world opening up, the less I've spent online, the happier I've gotten, definitely.
Totally.
Just because I was just it's mostly the YouTube stuff, honestly. I think the algorithm kind of like reinforces what you're looking at, and it was just kind of like I don't know, man. It was just too much chaos. Did
you see that documentary about what was it called? The social
social dilemma.
Social dilemma. Yeah, do you see that?
No, but I heard it'll change your life. I gotta watch that.
It's insane, dude. It's the amount of crap that they have on us, and how the AI kind of runs your like they basically, one of the things that caught me was like, if you delete your, or if you stop going on Facebook, or you try to delete your app, like, they know, and they'll start sending you, which I've experienced too, which didn't even occur to me at the time, but like, if I deleted the app or whatever, stopped going on, and I never signed up for emails, they'll send you emails. They'll be like, bling, like, oh, we noticed you didn't like. They want to get you back on and engage, and it's fucking weird as shit.
It's a drug, man. I think the QAnon stuff, the deep conspiracy shit, is kind of like a drug too, because you start with like your little conspiracy, and you want to get something a little more intense, and then it's just like, you know.
Yeah, and also people really want. I mean, like, look, we're having trouble getting fucking healthcare in the country. People aren't getting paid enough at their jobs, and like half of the population knows that and is angry at that and try to direct their energy in one way, and the other half is just like, it's aliens, it's fucking. They're like, it's the woman down the street, it's people coming in. Like they don't know what to, you know.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
It is totally fucked up, man. But in the end of the day, though, I will
reap the benefits. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll always like conspiracies, though. I will not stop. I just like. I think we should go back to the fun ones, though, man. Let's dip our toes into ancient aliens. There's a lot of good shit.
Ancient aliens, I'm a big Bigfoot guy, dude. I love finding Bigfoot, and I love any kind of. I'm all over Bigfoot sighting shit. I think it's hilarious. I enjoy the hell out of it.
Would you ever do a Bigfoot thing? If you had the opportunity? Oh, really?
If I had the opportunity, I would absolutely do it in a heartbeat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
man. I mean, it's definitely one of the more plausible conspiracies. I mean, the one thing is that they haven't found the guy, which
right.
But like, primates in North America, I totally buy it.
Yeah,
you know?
I think big feet are just men who've left their wives and stopped shaving. Like they went to the woods.
John's becoming a little foot as we speak. Look at him.
That's what I'm going for. I'm not even married, and I gotta just get out of here. I'm like, I'm going. They're I would do that. My friends and I used to do. Do you have any? I think you have the equivalent of it in Cali too. But like, I grew up in New Jersey, and we have the Weird New Jersey magazines and the books and stuff. So they locate all the haunting shit. And my friends and I used to go to all those places and try to find ghosts and shit. Yeah, we got in trouble a couple times. And it was we went to an abandoned high school that burned down in the 30s, right? They had 2 fires on the same date, like decades apart. And it was still like after the second fire, but kids had died in the school. So we went because there was like all this shit. We're like, first of all, the building was dilapidated. Like you could not go in there. Like it was obviously, but there was like there was supposed to be ghosts, little girl that ran around, all this other shit. Yeah. Oh man. And a chalkboard that had you couldn't erase the drawing of what the classroom looked like. So it was like on the chalk. It was like almost like looking at a mirror. It was weird, man. So, but we went there and we got chased. We were leaving. We were coming down because you had to go. So it's off the road too. So you're driving down the highway and you have to make an immediate right. Like, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you make the right, your car's like this. And you drive up this fucking, it was like a Scooby-Doo episode. Like you could see the fucking cat like
on the top of the hill.
Yeah, on the top of the hill. And then so we drive down or whatever, we're getting ready to leave, and this dude's like across the way. And my friends and I, we have this all on videotape, by the way. This is how old it was.
Yes,
all of it.
Release some of this stuff, man.
I will. We should stream it, dude. It would be so great.
Oh, and then break it down and commentate. Oh, I'd watch shit out of that.
Oh, we'll do it. You know what? You should come back on and we'll do it. We'll watch the whole thing. So we're driving down or whatever. And this guy across the street way is in like a truck or whatever, and he has the right of way, and it's only a one, like going back home back there is like a one lane thing, right?
Yeah. So
I like flash my high beams to tell him to go, and he flashes them back, and he's like signaling us to go, and we're like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? You know, like he wants us to, and I was like, all right, fine. I pull out. He fucking pulls out immediately to the point where he cuts the guy off that's like coming down after us. And then, and so we just thought it was the end of the day. So like, we're like getting ready to turn the camera off. And right before it gets turned off and turned back on, my buddy Greg goes, hey, I think he's following us. And then as soon as the camera comes back on, we're all screaming. It was me, my friend Greg, and then Katie, Colleen, and this other girl, Kristen, who are in the backseat of the car. And we're like, call 9. And I'm just like, like,
oh my God,
literally, like, and he kept speeding up, honking, getting close to the bumper. And we couldn't tell who was in it. We didn't know if there was one guy. We didn't know if there was like fucking 5 guys. Had no idea who this dude was. Would not fucking leave us alone. We hit a deer because the 2 cars in front of us hit a deer, and then my buddy just goes, deer, and I went, fuck, and it was already dead on the road, so we just went boom and like over the deer. We get on the highway. We call 911. It's all on camera. We call 911. 911. We were going. That's it. That's Greg.
Oh yes.
Yes, we all thought we were dead. My friend Katie's not even that related. She was like in the corner saying a prayer in the back. We're like, that's not helping. Like, why are we? So Greg called 911. And I'm still trying to, like, this is the one time I can't get pulled over in New Jersey, by the way. I get pulled over speeding constantly. I'm like, I know what I'll do. I'll just go 90. There's always cops on this fucking highway. Nothing.
Pulled over.
What?
What was the plan to get purposefully pulled over?
Purposely pulled over. I was like, a cop will come. Nothing.
Yeah.
So he calls 911.
At 90? Like, this dude is just going.
Oh, yeah. Following us and, like, weaving. Like, every time I, like, got in between another car, he would, like, do it.
Murder time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So then we call 911 and 911 goes, well, where are you? And we're like, Greg's like, where are we? And I'm like, mile marker 97, 98, 99. Like, there's no exit right now. Oh. I'm like, I don't know where we are exactly, but I'm like, and they're like, well, you need to pull over into the next rest stop. And just hear Greg go, pull over. Yeah. I'm like, we're not fucking pulling over. And we had to hang up. And then finally, I don't remember. I don't know if I got help.
They were just like, They couldn't help you really.
They were not. They were no help. We were like, if you send someone out here, we're the only fucking two morons doing fucking 90. No one would help us. I think I don't because Greg, do you still? I don't remember how. I don't know if I got off onto an exit and then got back on, or if they just fucking finally pieced out because we were just hauling ass. It was insane. We had no idea what we were doing.
I find the best part is like we hit a deer, and I was like, a deer jumped out. You're like a dead deer that was on the side of the road.
Somebody, two cars in front. No, 2 cars in front of us actually hit a deer because Greg saw it jump in front of the car, and then they hit it, and then we like ran over its ass. The guy eventually, yeah, we ran. It was to this day. Anytime I ask Greg, I'm like, we were. I think we wanted to go back at one point. And he was like, I'm never fucking going anywhere like that. I was like, come on. We had fun though, right?
That's a memory. You made a memory. You now have a great story to tell from it.
Man, I mean, you got the footage. Now you kind of have to go back for a repeat. I mean, I don't know, man. It makes me really think. It reminds me of the Duel.
Duel. Yeah, Spielberg's first.
That was similar. You got the guy in the little sports car, the scary truck with the dirty windows. You can't tell who's in it.
Yeah.
And that being followed, man.
It's nuts. I wouldn't even. Ugh.
Have you been in the woods before with some friends and you're smoking weed and some idiot friend just has to say, hey, dude, I feel like someone's watching us right now.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Don't even go there, bro.
My friends and I went for the Poconos for a buddy's bachelor weekend, and we're all there. And I made the mistake of telling a close friend of mine who lives in Pittsburgh where we were going. And we were like, dude, this is going to be so fucking cool. Like this first time. Because like we had never seen this place. And then when we got there, it was beautiful. It had like a bridge inside of it, like connecting like 2 balconies, like a great fireplace, 3 floors. It was fucking awesome, right? In the Poconos, middle of nowhere though. And I was like, oh yeah, the Poconos has like a haunted history. This is going to be so much fun, yada, yada, yada. So they remember when Google had like Google Voice or whatever? Yeah. They might still have that. Yeah. So she disguised her number and pretended to be somebody delivering pizza. And they're like, we're outside right now. There's 5 of you. You guys ordered a pizza. I'm not leaving until I fucking get paid. And then we like idiots. We're like looking outside, like, I don't see anybody. Do you see anybody ordering pizza? I don't know what's going on. And I'm like freaking the fuck out.
Oh yeah. Over.
And then they're like, and she had I'd never spoken to her husband before. I think maybe once we like met in person or whatever. This sounds shadier than it is. But like she had him call. So I didn't know his voice. So I'm like, no, it's a fucking dude, man. And he says he's outside. And they knew the address, like, because they knew the address. Because I think at the time too, we told people to come. I'm like, yeah, if you want to come, we're having like a party. It's a bachelor party thing, but we can make it a bachelor. Just come, bring your friends at one point. And then so they knew exactly where we were, the address, that we all loved pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? But you know what I mean? Like specifically. And we were drunk too. So it was like, we really thought we were going to die. It was good.
Have you ever had any, I've had ghost encounters we can get into another time, but like, have you guys just had an experience with like a wild animal, like it up in your face?
No, I don't think so.
That's a real
have you
primal moment. Yeah, man.
What?
Dude. Yeah. A grizzly bear in Montana.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, bro. Dude, that was a crazy one. I was I was an idiot. I was mountain biking on a place called Bear Mountain. So I was just like already,
this makes so much sense now.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was really surprised to find a bear on Bear Mountain actually that day. And it was doing the growling and everything. And I was with my friend. I will never forget. I can call him out. Julian Matlich, a great friend of mine, grew up next door. We had a hole under the fence, like really close friends. And I knew at that moment, we're both on bikes. I knew that I was a faster biker than him. You go really quick to survival in that moment. And I said, well, I'm just going to go down the hill. He will follow. And then we'll just see what happens after that. We both got away, fortunately. But yeah, in those situations, man, it's definitely, you're feeling like, okay, split up and just run, you know?
Wow. Yeah. I've had dog situations where like a dog, a dog on the road or whatever is like, but never anything like truly wild, never like a wild animal or like a.
What do you guys got there on the East Coast? Though? You guys got to have some coyotes and some.
We have, I think we have some stuff like that. We have bears. I know that. I've seen a bear like out, but it was like a black, we were at, my family and I were at the Poconos again. Like one crossed in front of like the golf cart that we were driving around from like trailer to trailer or whatever.
Good.
That was about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like Yogi or Boo Boo fucking.
They are adorable.
Yeah, it was like half sedated or whatever. I don't even know. Like in John Candy when he's like throwing the Clark bar at the fucking bear.
The other one that I'll say really quick which was even scarier, was a coyote, man. Which normally you don't get scared about because it's kind of a small thing. But I went at my house growing up. It was up in the Bay Area. Opened the door to the yard. And I only see teeth and eyes.
Shit.
Like right in my face. So I jump up on my car, instantly just run away. I'm up in my car. I call my brother. I'm like, dude, there's a coyote outside. It's like angry. It wants to kill me. And my brother's like, again, it's kind of like with the Wall Street thing. He's like, quit being a pussy, man. Like you're an idiot. You calm down. He walks out. He's like, we're just going to clap at it. He's singing constantly. He's just clapping at the thing. It's not doing anything. So now he's up on the car with me as well. No way to get out of this situation. Right outside my house in a nice neighborhood. We just have to let it go away. There's nothing you can do. Crowd, and eventually it walked away. And I think it had like a kid, like a little pup with it or something. So I was like,
oh, okay. Then when they get like that, I think it's weird. Like when I was living in LA, I would bike all the time and I would see coyotes. And I guess they I assume they were just, they don't, but I did see, dude, I was in Burbank and I went to, God, I can't even remember what the hell it was called. It was some kind of like burger stand joint thing or whatever it was. Right. But I was eating in my car. So I grabbed a thing and I ate in my car. And it was like, I don't know, 10:30 at night. And I see this, the biggest fucking coyote, like strolling by the neighborhood, walk by. And I was like, does he eat here too? Or like, I would have been like, cause there was like a choice between eating in my car and listening to music, or like, I could have just ate outside of one of the things and he just would have been there. So I was like, that's fucking weird. I took a photo of it and like sent it to people. I'm like, look what's walking around the neighborhood. They're like, that's fucked.
Dude, that was actually pretty crazy. Speaking of dystopian shit, just like the first, month or two of quarantine, it was kind of feeling a little I Am Legendy, right?
Right, it totally was.
Nature was coming back. It was seeing vines start going up.
I did a drive down the highway by me because somebody had said that like there's nobody on the road right now, and I was like, fuck out of here. And I wanted that Walking Dead kind of like riding a horse down the highway experience.
Oh, I had it too. I wanted my I Am Legend experience. It was fun. Yeah.
I Am Legend's a great example. I fucking love that movie too, but I thought that was happening too.
That was the first time in New York that I feel like you could go into Manhattan when, like, usually you could go into Manhattan no matter what time, day or night. Yeah. People are everywhere. You would be driving Manhattan. There was no other cars around you. There was no people around. You were like, this is creepy.
That is crazy. New York's got to be on a whole other level than LA because it feels like a city. It's an urban environment. To have it empty is like spooky, man.
Is everything now open? Because you were talking about going back out a little bit. Is everything fully open by you yet or no?
Yeah, kind of. So, the mics are coming back. I mean, the Improv's doing an open mic tonight. I think it's outdoors, but it's still kind of speakeasy-esque, with the mics and stuff. But yeah, man, people are way less afraid, I'll say. My dad got his second shot, which is great.
Good.
People are getting their vaxes. So people are starting, I feel like people are starting to seem a little less nervous, just in general. That's what I got a few friends still out there or whatever doing that. They're going back out and doing the shows though. But did any club do you know of any clubs that like did not survive? Because clubs in New York, man, and New York, Boston, I know clubs that closed, but I don't like. I think like Ice House is still doing all right. Ice House is doing great, man. I was talking to you about that earlier, just like how maybe the best room on the planet. Almost.
I know that's where we met.
Yeah, just so good. I can't wait to go back. But no,
me neither.
Man. I don't think any, at least any of the big ones, Haha Cafe, Flappers, Ice House.
Right.
Improv Comedy Store. They got a lot. I'm sure there's so many people that I assume just were down to donate and keep these places going.
Yeah. And there was like that was one of those places like Comedy and Magic. Like everybody that goes there, like I'm sure I don't know if your dad goes there too, but like I know
Great club.
like yeah, it's so there, and everybody there is so fucking nice, so classy. My first time there, the guy didn't even know me, but because I was a comedian, he was like, "Can I get you something to eat? Do you need anything? Do you want to go up?" And I was just like, "You don't even know me." Like it was insane, but they love comics there.
Really,
Right.
the sweetest people. Yeah, really, really sweet. And yeah, Leno just is there every night. I haven't been there in years, man. But really,
it's a hike.
It's a hike, but really hot.
Yeah,
cool room, man. Yeah, man. I mean, I'll say this. Have you guys thought about traveling at all? Like once this shit's all like out of the way, like do you know where you want to go? I've been talking about that with my girlfriend. Like, oh, where are we gonna go? We gotta save up, get the flights now.
Yeah,
eat, man.
I know, but my friends and I are talking. I mean, we missed out on so many fucking trips and stuff. So like a bunch of my friends and I are talking about like trying to like we usually go every year. Like there's a bunch of us that go to like Ocean City, Maryland, and it's like a tradition at this point. They've been doing it way before me, and then I kind of joined in, and then now we go every year. We missed it last year, so now we're even thinking of like we're like let's just do something fucking huge this time, and like and also we're a little older, so we're like Lake House maybe Sandra Bullock style. You know, we'll put like a letter in an envelope, hope it gets to the future. You know, like whatever. But yeah, we're trying to figure out where we're gonna go. I want to travel and get out of here, and you know,
it's time. Everyone's been sitting around for a while. Yeah, I want to
get back on the road and do stand up though, dude. I packed a bag the other day just to see what it felt like.
Dude, it feels good, man. I was in Boulder City, right outside of Vegas on Monday, doing a small little bar show, and it felt good just being on the road again, taking a nap, kind of in an uncomfortable position in a car ride,
sleeping in your car. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely, man. I know it fucking blows. I miss doing the stand-up thing. So you've been doing it when I met you, how long had you been doing it? Because you were doing it
very long. I'm trying to think what year it was that we met. Was it 2016, 2015? It was a while.
2016, because you were doing a double with your brother.
Oh, so I was still doing the brother act. Yeah. So my brother and I were doing a brother act. We're just getting that going, which I think maybe at some point we'll bring back. It's very dynamic and it's versatile. It definitely it's a great way to just get a brand off the top and combine your material and get on the road. But at the same time, I've noticed it just we focus so much on the brother act that I think we were just taking a little bit too much time on that and not enough time on just our own individual acts.
Yeah,
which, was actually nice because well, if we work on our own individual acts, we'll end up having more material for the brother act.
Absolutely,
it's
you can be able to combine and stuff.
Right? I was just feeling like it feels like you're writing a sketch almost when you're doing a brother act because you can't. It's way harder to improvise. You can't really do crowd work.
Yeah,
you know when your brother's line's coming up. But, it was really
you guys crushed, and that's the thing. It is hard because you guys have to know each other's timing, and you have to know when the jokes come in and stuff like that. But you guys fucking destroyed that night too, so it was fucking awesome.
No, you as well, dude. It was a cracking night. I mean, I still remember it, which says a lot.
Exactly, it was a fucking great lineup. But that's that's the Ice House though too, dude. Last time I was there was a year ago.
Yeah,
because I was there just before the pandemic hit too, and then I was the lineup on that. Jeremy Hotz was on the show.
Nice.
I can't even think of who the Richard Chasler was on the show, fucking Brogan. I don't know. Everybody, like, it was a fucking killer lineup, man.
It
was amazing.
So happy to be there. Every time it's just, people want to have a good time. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's all going to be coming soon. I mean, I'm definitely in a more, I've knock on wood. I'm feeling more optimistic in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same.
Just about 2021.
Do you come out to the East Coast at all? Or do you usually stay out there?
Dude, I'm going to start trying to come out there a lot more, man. Just speaking of the road, I don't really mind where. I just want to be out in the car.
Let's do some gigs together when this is over because that's another thing too is like, do you feel like more like I want to be around more comedians I like and my friends and do shit more than I ever did before? Like why do we all wait until we wind up together at a place?
I'm noticing the exact same thing, man. Just a lot of I've had a few friends reach out to me this year, just like, yo, dude, let's just go all in. Like we're all friends. We've been doing this for a while. Like we have time. Let's start on the road with each other. Like let's not think about it too much.
Exactly. Yeah, me too, man. And like none of these clubs are breaking us. You know what I mean? Like we're all no one's getting famous in West Virginia. Like let's just all split the money, do some gigs, and exactly.
Meet some new people. Like that's I just I guess sometimes it takes a year to realize how much you love someone. You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
that place the bitch out the road. You know, like, oh man, you know
That was the deepest this show has gotten. It took a year to realize how much you love. I'm like, that was a nice moment we just had.
yeah, I like that as well, man. I'm gonna sit on that after this. I'm gonna hit an open mic after this. I really am. Like,
Nice.
Back, man. Like, it just
Yeah.
and even just being on a Zoom with you guys, just talking comedy and talking shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's good, man.
That's good, dude.
I'm glad to see you and. Just that it feels like, for the most part, I hope it's the same with me. You haven't really changed, you know?
No, yeah.
In terms of your personality and stuff, which is all great.
Yeah, none of us are. Exactly. That'd be hilarious if we all met up and we were just broken people after the quarantine.
Sound like a shaved head. I go by a different name. I'm just like,
oh my god, that's fucking great, dude.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna just I don't know the parameters of your dystopian pod and how long we go for. I'm gonna try to hit Mike at 7.
No, dude.
No, you nailed it. We were right there.
Yeah, we're right in an hour, and I was just gonna ask you if you had anything you want to plug or you want to talk about or anything before you want me to wrap up.
Plug this. Just it's not really particularly me, but just check out Fantastic with Dana Carvey. It's a great podcast. We just started doing it. Got 10 episodes, and we're taking a little hiatus this week and next week just to get video up and some other things.
That's great, dude.
A little more professional. But I run that. Just built this little room for him, and we're just trying to have fun.
Great.
So
I'll definitely check it out, dude. I used to listen to when your dad would do Dennis Miller's podcast all the time.
Oh, dude,
it was so great. First of all,
Love
two
him.
old SNL buddies talking shit like on the thing or whatever, and then he would just get your dad to do all those impressions again over and over again. It was a fucking blast. I was always wondering why he didn't have his own podcast because he's fucking great at it.
A lot of people were asking the same thing. I think the main thing was just we wanted to start small just to avoid any of that corporate stuff. You got the nervous guys in the suits behind the two-way mirror, like, all right, be funny. And they have notes for you and stuff. Like, this is,
yeah.
Keep it cash.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's the only thing I really got to plug now, man. Just,
what platforms is that on too? Let us know what platforms we can send them to.
Yeah. What's the platform?
Platform for Fantastic Dana Carvey. Check it out on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, great, man. Thanks so much for coming on, and let's do it again soon.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. Have a good night.
Yep. Take care.
Such a pleasure, man. Have a great one.
See you.
Dystopia tonight.